This book is about several things. In one way, it's about an inescapable subject, the Holocaust and the destruction of a kind of Jewish community in Vienna and Austria. But it's also about American opportunities. It's about adjustment and assimilation and becoming an American in the 1950s. So it varies between these two things, and it really asks the question, how was a life, in this case my life, affected by being a refugee family? And in this sense, it's both unique and universalizing. In 1939, I could leave with my parents and without physical harm. And because we had succeeded in gaining access to the United States, my narrative is as undramatic as is possible in the range of stories of the Holocaust. All forced leavings and all expulsions are cruel, but ours, anguishing in many ways, was far less so. How are these things measured? My mother's parents and much of her family were left behind and killed. Our assets and my family's way of life were wiped out, and our course in the world brought to a kind of abrupt and jagged caesura. But my father had American relatives who provided an affidavit sufficiently early to assure us a visa. We did not have the tales of hiding in attics or fleeing to the forests. It was not us who endured or died in labor and concentration camps. I may have had a close call, but I am not a survivor in the class entitled by circumstance. I had a very difficult time trying to determine whether I would portray my relationship to Vienna as it felt to me as I grew up, or as it felt to me after I had finished writing the book. And I decided that for reasons of authenticity and integrity, I would rather portray the feeling I had growing up. And that was one of distance. In a way, writing this has reduced that distance, but it still exists.